After Colo destroyed everything that I built, we still had silverware to fight for in Italia 28.
Spaghetti Mafia!
In this universe, Italy didn't pull out of the bidding for Euro 2028, and we've proven ourselves as a manager who can win these knockout tournaments. While the Porto manager would say that winning the league is more difficult than a knockout tournament, and while we never won a league title with Torino, we could cement our name into Italian history with the Euros victory.
He's coming, Rome!
I may have taken over as a cover-up to watch Torino matches, but this Italian side was at its very peak. Gianluigi Donnarumma, Bastoni, like 8 central midfielders, and more. Our first preparation with the team in March was a friendly versus Bosnia, where we drew 1-1. One shot on target reminds me of those Serie A days.
To live the Italian way.
I saw promising things though, so if we fast forward to the end of the club season, which you can see Cole's adventure afterwards, we had a squad to decide. There were a couple conundrums. It didn't involve the keepers or defenders. That was very easy to choose. Midfield, I thought our depth was going to be beautiful. Barella, Locatelli, Tonali, Rovella, the Torino boys of Ricci and Pabega, plus Pellegrini and Pessina. Chef's kiss.
Oh, beautiful.
Unfortunately, at the end of the season, Barella got injured and was going to miss the Euros. Plus Pessina, who seemed perfect for the left side of my midfield, was also going to be absent. Luckily, it was still going to be an incredible midfield. But with Barella gone and Pabega not going to be fit until the start of the tournament, I decided to use Zaniolo in my central midfield on attack. The two strikers, there were some problems. I don't use wingers unless if I rely on the 4-2-2. One pressing forward and a trequartista. Pellegrini was going to be called up no matter what due to my affinity with him, but he suffered a bad injury and just recovered. His match sharpness was down to toilet, so I could call up Immobile. He's slightly worse than Pietro at his old age, but he's already had his time in the sun, becoming the top scorer in Italy history, so controversially, he was dropped. Lorenzo Luca would come as the emergency player if we needed a goal, but the man leading the front line would be Moise Kean. Currently at Dortmund, I wasn't so sure about him, especially with only 6 goals in the Bundesliga, but he had the right attributes. In the trequartista role, thankfully Chiesa got injured, as I would have caused more outrage in Italy because I was going to call up Cancellieri and Raspadori anyways. Could this squad get it done? In the friendlies before the tournament, we defeated Belgium post their golden generation, but they were still a top 10 nation in the game. For Denmark, I rotated my team to see what the other guys had to offer. It was rough. Despite equalizing the game after going to the 4-2-2, Jesper Lindstrom pulled this out of his and we lost. That made my decision a lot easier on who would start for the Euros. The group draw was rather kind with Turkey, Croatia, and Austria, and like in 2021, the opener of the tournament would be us and Turkey. For our starting 11, Donnarumma in net, Di Marco starting over Udogie, Bastoni partnering with Luis Felipe, Cambiaso at right back, Ricci the Regista returning to his dominant role with the boxy-boxies of Sandro Tonali and Manuel Locatelli, speared ahead by Zaniolo with Moise Kean and Raspadori up front. Now, I don't remember if Turkey were dark horses for this tournament, but like in 2021,
Ricci to Kane. Raspadori, Kane! Moise Kean! Opens the Euros up with a goal!
As the game went on, it was seemingly our game to lose, but after an incredible boot by the Turkish keeper, they almost scored a brilliant goal, but they couldn't stop this corner from Di Marco, bolted home by Bastoni. With Donnarumma securing a clean sheet despite the boos of the San Siro, we earned our first 3 points of the championships. Now, I'm not sure what happened to my eyes since I left Torino. Maybe an eye doctor should be visited. Nevertheless, we faced our biggest challenge of the group with Croatia. They were coming off a massive victory over Austria, and with 2 former Torino players up top accommodated by some talented players, it wouldn't be easy. The only change to the lineup was playing my guy Pabega instead of Zaniolo, and nothing really happened. After making a few tweaks, including the sub of Cancellieri for Raspadori, a highlight occurred.
Free kick though, Di Marco.
Oh, not yet.
A lot of space for Cambiaso. Gets it behind Cancellieri, tough angle, but can he find someone? Moise Kean, let's go!
Croatia's back 5 wasn't creating much, and after nearly scoring a brilliant goal, we left with a narrow win. First place was likely guaranteed, so a completely rotated side for Austria was what the fitness coach ordered. Now, I can't confirm if it was Ted or Zed Lasso in charge, but they were causing more difficulties than I would like. But the hero of Italy would pop up once again.
Get to Kane. Moise Kean!
That was a difference maker as Austria and Turkey were eliminated and we finished with 9 points with no goals conceded. The round of 16 bracket looked like this, which brought a contest with Patrick Schick and the Czechs. All things considered, it looked like we were on the correct side of the bracket. Awkwardly, I got a job offer from Leverkusen, which I could never take due to what they did to my guy Cruz 7 years ago. I wonder what he's doing now. By the way, if you're wondering about the new series, we'll be starting that on my Twitch channel at The Crew, so feel free to come by on Tuesday for that. I'll also post when I'm streaming on my Twitter. The streams won't impact how the videos are made on YouTube, so if you want to just watch the videos, all good, just make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. Anyways, Pioli was a Czech Republic manager, and from the main starting 11, Di Lorenzo was in for Cambiasso, Zaniolo got ahead of Pabega, and Cancellieri was taking the Trequartista spot. According to FIFA, the Czechs weren't highly rated, and it showed with the chances we were creating. Still, we weren't on target, and Patrick Schick would try to bring back the memories of Euro 2020.
Make Kolar boot it up and give it back to... No, oh no, Patrick Schick. Patrick Schick.
It's Patrick Schick! Unbelievably!
That was their chance, which they would regret.
Oh, Zaniolo wins the ball, Cancellieri. He scores! Tonali. What a cross. Well, not a what a cross, but Richie. Richie the Regista! Free kick. No way, DiMarco's scoring this. I mean, the goalkeeper looked like he ran into the post.
That was it for the Czechs, as the Italian Stallions found their shooting boots. Following that, Denmark defeated Ireland, who earlier in this tournament nearly knocked England out. Despite rotating my side against the Danes in the friendly prior to the start of the Euros, I was worried. Richie the Regista was suspended, and after ignoring the Manchester United job offer, I settled with a similar lineup to the Czech Republic match. Cambiasso was back in for Di Lorenzo, Pellegrini started over Tonali, and Rovella played as the Regista. With DiMarco, he had another chance for brilliance.
Scored a brilliant one last game. Can he somehow do it again?
My fright of Denmark was nearly vindicated, as Damsgaard hit the post and really should have made it 1-0.
Lose the ball, but can we... Okay, yeah, we'll get it back. What? How do you let him get onto the end of his own header? Oh my...
And after yelling at my team for playing like... let me get my translator.
Imbarcare a poppa.
DiMarco's free kick does not end up going to anyone, but we get possession right back. Rovella. In behind to Zaniolo. Zaniolo around the keeper. Golazzo!
Damsgaard then wasted another opportunity, which gave Zaniolo another chance to step up.
Pellegrini to DiMarco. In behind to Zaniolo. Zaniolo, one more. Ah! Let's go!
He would soon cement a moment no Italian would forget.
We make it 3. Moise Kean to Zaniolo. Zaniolo. On his own. Zaniolo. Oh my gosh! Zaniolo, this guy is class!
We moved on to the Euros semi-final, and despite that match being nervy early on, we still haven't conceded a goal, all in front of our home fans. Everything was coming together. Nothing could stop this team from doing what... Where's all this noise coming from? Our biggest test yet, the 2026 World Champions. There would be nothing more they would like to get than defeating us to avenge that final where Italy won on penalties in front of a packed out Wembley. After an incredibly short press conference for the amount of journalists that were present, Tonali and Richie were back in to face this England side. Eddie Howe was their guy, and while Chalaba was a bold choice for central midfield, it's England in a football manager. It always seems like they win these tournaments. They got Phil Foden, but we have Zaniolo.
Okay, it's cleared. Can we counter? Cancellieri, he finds Zaniolo. Zaniolo, brilliant dribbling. Getting by through the whole England team. He whips it into Moise Kean. Oh, Moise Kean! Oh, crap. Moise Kean! Great cross. Moise Kean with a great attempt off the bar. What's the keeper doing? Is that Ramsey or is that Pickford?
Halftime arrived, and so far, so good. Wadi was the song of choice for the Euros 7 years prior, but we decided to go with the other song that pops up when you search Spaghetti Mafia.
Cambiasso. Locatelli. Cambiasso given space again. He finds Cancellieri. Tonali makes it 2-0.
England had to risk it all to get back into the game, but despite Saka scoring late, VAR said nah, giving us another clean sheet as we moved on to the Euro final. On the other side of the bracket, Portugal had to go through a lot as they defeated Netherlands, Germany, and Belgium to reach this final. On their end, they'd be missing Ruben Neves, who got a red card versus Belgium, but they'd also be without Nuno Mendes, who was out with a gashed leg. The press conference had a lot less journalists compared to the England game, which makes so much sense. Now let's get together and pour a cold one for Allegri. He gave up the opportunity to manage this tournament, all to finish 8th with Tottenham. That could never be me. Our lineup for this final was exhausted, but the only change I made was Di Lorenzo on for Cambiasso. With a scorching 31 degrees Celsius at the San Siro, we were ready. Portugal's lineup was strong for the most part. They have some technically talented players, although the fullback position was interesting, and they would do something with them that was kind of weird.
But we'll find out. There's a highlight off kickoff, and we are the ones that are starting off with the ball. And behind to Cancellieri. Cancellieri! He scores! 16 seconds in! Cancellieri shocks the Portuguese, and the San Siro erupts.
And immediately Portugal swapped their fullbacks around. That was the weird thing.
Hopefully we can win this header here. They don't have the most dangerous of target men up front. Oh no, João Felix wins the ball. João Felix gets stopped by Donnarumma to Don. Why did they swap Delo and Nuno Tavares? Why? Di Lorenzo whips it in though. Cancellieri. Penal! Was that a push? The referee says yes. 34 minutes in, Cancellieri's gonna step up and try to give himself a brace. And he does! 2-0 in the final. We get possession right back to us. Di Marco going forward. Richie to Tonali to Zaniolo. Oh my gosh, a disgusting tackle. Wow. Mateus Nunes gets sent off. This, ladies and gentlemen, is all but wrapped up. To be able to do something I don't think any real-life manager have done. And win the Euros. No goals conceded. Let's go. Congratulations to Italy.
Probably not the best final in history, but that's all good as we celebrate Italy winning Euro 2028 at home.